Thanksgiving break is just over a day away and students are getting into the holiday spirit. Coming up, we'll show you how the tech community is celebrating Turkey Day and also giving students a taste of some international festivities.
Tech athletics had another busy weekend with several teams seeing success last week. Find out which tech team not only came home victorious but also set themselves up to do something that hasn't happened here at Texas Tech in more than 20 years.
Football, basketball, and volleyball may be the sports most people think of during this time of the year, but there's another tech team that is repping the Double T, even though their home games don't happen on campus or even here in the Hub City. MCTV's Hattie Robb has a special look at the Texas Tech ice hockey.
This is the MCTV Weekday Update.
Welcome to the Monday edition of the MCTV Weekday Update. I'm Nick Tauschek.
And I'm Peri Jacobs. It's Thanksgiving week here at Texas Tech, and the campus is already looking a lot more empty as many members of the tech community have already packed up and headed home.
With the holiday only a few days away, MCTV's Patricia Peri joins us now in studio with details on students' final thoughts before hitting the road. Patricia?
Thanks, Nick and Peri. Thanksgiving break is just around the corner. Many students are already getting excited about the food and activities of the holiday, seeing their family, and enjoying some time off. I had the opportunity to talk to some students about what they are most excited about for the break.
Enjoying each other's company, just because I really don't get to see them that often. I mean, we talk on the phone, but it's a lot different when you have like the personal presence of each other.
Excited about seeing my parents and seeing my brothers and sisters, and just being able to relax.
Where I live in hill country, so it sounds weird, but it smells good when you go home. Like the water smells good, so I'm excited to smell that again and like see more nature.
Not having to worry about school.
Students, be sure to have safe travels wherever you are going and make sure to take time to relax before you come back for finals. Back to you, Peri.
Thanks, Patricia. Even though many Red Raiders will not be in Lubbock for the Thanksgiving holiday, there's one group of students who often stay here on campus because the trip home may take longer than the holiday itself. With that in mind, the Texas Tech Baptist Student Ministries hosted their annual Thanksgiving Friendship Dinner last Friday. The dinner is designed for international students who often remain on campus during the holiday. BSM hosts the events each year to show hospitality to international students and to make sure they have the chance to experience a unique American celebration.
Most of them are very far away from home. Most of them come from large families that they will not see for 3, 4, 5, 6 years while they're studying here. They do get homesick, and we want them to know more about American culture than just what they see on TV or what they experience on campus.
BSM offers many resources and opportunities for international students, such as their furniture delivery program. The program is free and participants only have to sign up and choose what items they need.
People will donate furniture to us, and we will in turn donate it to those in need who have signed up on the list. And first come, first serve. So if somebody from India needs a sofa, well, as soon as we get a sofa to the storage unit, we ship it right on out to them.
Mitchell says this is a unique opportunity, and the BSM is always happy to help Tech's international population since being away from home and from family can be difficult. If you would like more information on Tech's BSM Furniture Delivery Program, visit techbsm.com and click on the Internationals tab at the top of the page.
With Thanksgiving less than 3 days away, the holiday season is officially in full swing. But even though this week's focus may be on food and family, there are many different celebrations that happen around the world during this time of year. MCTV's Angelina Gonzalez stopped by one recent event that showcased some international traditions right here on campus.
The Residence Halls Association held a Multicultural Festival event in the Student Union Building Ballroom on Wednesday night. Texas Tech students got to come to honor and appreciate various winter holidays and celebrations around the world.
I really wanted students to be able to broaden their cultural perspective. So I'm also an honors FYA mentor, and one of the things they have to get is a cultural requirement. So I had all my kids come over here so they could get a little bit, and it's kind of a great place for you to learn about a lot of different cultures very close by. And my main goal was that people get to hear it directly from the source and people who actually experience this culture, because I think it can be really bad when you hear like false information about people talking about something that they truly don't have experience with. So I wanted students who actually understand this and actually live this in daily life to talk about what's most important to them.
Maddie Pitts, Vice President of Programming for the Residence Halls Association, says that the diverse cultural festival is a great way to highlight other holidays, traditions, and celebrations around the world during the wintertime.
My favorite part was when I learned we were going to have a mariachi group come. That was so exciting. I actually screamed. I was in the office and I was like, guys, we're going to have live music. It was like the moment where I could see like this event kind of falling into place and I could kind of see the picture that I had in my head fully take form. So I was really excited about that.
Texas Tech cultural student organizations got to present their culture to other students as they got to share information along with their way of decorating or celebrating for the holidays.
I liked the performances and like the videos that were showed. The Filipino Student Association showed this little short film by Disney. It was like a pretty big deal in our community since it was like Disney and Filipino.
Student attendees were able to witness performances, take part in creating crafts, and learn more in depth about various beliefs and practices that occur around the world at this time.
I just like learning about different cultures. I didn't exactly know what it was going to be like, but it was like a pleasant surprise getting to make ornaments over there, and I don't know what it was called. We made like a star-shaped ornament at the Filipino table. Also, I'm a part of the Honors College, and it requires cultural hours, but that's just a plus. I just wanted to come for fun.
RHA plans on hosting another big event this month, which is also a Texas Tech tradition, called the Carol of Lights, which will be held on November 30th. For more information on TTU residence halls, follow them on Instagram at TTURHA. For MCTV, I'm Angelina Gonzalez. Back to you.
Thanks, Angelina. It may be hard to believe, but there's only a week and a half until the last day of classes and just over 2 weeks until the semester ends. With fall coming to a close, many student groups and organizations are trying to fit in some annual end-of-the-year events before finals. Last Thursday, Alpha Phi at Texas Tech hosted their fall philanthropy event, Taste of Texas, at the Ranch at Reese Center. The event featured a live music, food trucks, photo opportunities, and the chance for the sorority to gather together before the end of the semester. Taste of Texas was held to raise money for Alpha Phi Foundation, which benefits women's heart health.
We love being able to give back to that philanthropy. 1 in 3 women suffer from heart disease, and that's not something that lots of people know about. In men, it's something that's really detectable, really easy to notice, but women, it's a lot harder. So being able to come together and just really raise awareness for this, but also raise money that we're able to send back to our international chapter is really important to us.
Taste of Texas was open to the entire community with tickets costing only $8. Alpha Phi holds the event each year with hopes of spreading awareness to women throughout the nation who are struggling with heart disease.
Texas Tech played host to the special VIP last week, who not only has an impressive resume, but overcame obstacles to become one of the nation's leading Hispanic journalists. Last Thursday, a Q&A was held with Emmy Award-winning journalist Elizabeth Vargas. Here in the Media and Communication Building, the event was sponsored by the TTU Office of the Vice President, in Institutional Diversity, and the Thomas J. Harris Institute for Hispanic and International Communication, which is housed in the MCOM building. The event offered an opportunity for students to ask an industry professional about a possible career after college, with several students looking for inspiration as they face fears of going into the workforce.
As a graduating senior, as of literally like 3 weeks from now, I have basically no idea what I'm going to do in the next couple of weeks, and I think it's really great to kind of have somebody as a professional come in and show us exactly what we can do graduating.
Lucinda Holt, Assistant Director for the Harris Institute, said they wanted Vargas to come talk to students so they could hear firsthand about the struggles Vargas faced during her career. Holt says that her story is encouraging and helps students know there are rewards for persistence.
To see somebody of her caliber talking about her struggles and her experience, I feel like it gives students hope. You know, you aren't just doing this in vain. You're not just doing this to get a grade or to check off another box. There is a goal, and for her, her goal has already been met.
Along with Thursday's Q&A session, she also served as the keynote speaker for this year's Celebrate Diversity Awards banquet, held later that night. As we mentioned last week, the city of Lubbock officially experienced the first freeze of the fall last Thursday morning. Since then, we haven't dropped below the freezing point again, but we have seen 3 straight nights of lows in the 30s.
That may be true, Nick, but we also saw another high in the 80s on Saturday, and yet another cold front moved through on Sunday. So with another week of unpredictable weather behind us, what's in store for those sticking around for Thanksgiving? Let's take a look at the MCTV forecast. The MCTV tower cam has been showing mostly sunny skies today, with just a few high clouds off in the distance. Temperatures are once again in the 60s this afternoon, but we probably won't make it into the 70s this afternoon. Overnight, we're in for another round of the 30s-degree lows, with temperatures dropping quickly after sunset. But tomorrow, we're in for a slight warm-up, with highs expected to reach the lower 70s mid-afternoon. We'll also see a few more clouds in the area, but the real headline is the return of the wind. Speeds are expected to reach 15 to 25 miles per hour, with gusts possible up to 40. From there, the first official day of Thanksgiving holiday should bring another round of 70-degree highs, but skies are expected to remain overcast throughout most of the day. Luckily, the winds will be a bit lighter until after midnight. But then on Thanksgiving Day, a cold front will move into the area, dropping temperatures back into the 50s. We'll also see more windy conditions with the possibility of gusts higher than 25 miles per hour. The cold snap will also drop nighttime lows, and we could see our second freeze of the season on Thanksgiving night. Looking ahead, Black Friday is looking a bit better than Turkey Day, and we could see a return to mild conditions before next week.
Texas Tech football and basketball have consistently been making the weekly headlines, but another group of Red Raiders are receiving some well-deserved attention after a set of big wins at the end of last week. On Thursday, the Texas Tech volleyball team met up with the West Virginia Mountaineers for their second-to-last 2-game matchup of the season. Tech started things off with a win in the first set, but dropped the second set 18-25. After that, the Red Raiders stepped up and finished out by winning the last 2 sets to secure their 16th victory of the season. The Red Raiders headed back to WVU Coliseum on Friday with the hopes of securing another victory against the Mountaineers. The team did just that as junior Reagan Cooper recorded a career-high 18 kills to help secure the victory. Junior Kenna Sawyer and senior Carrington Jones also contributed to Friday's win, with Sawyer racking up 14 kills and 12 digs, and Jones adding 12 kills. Senior Brooke Canis also had 8 blocks, breaking her career high that she set the previous night. Tech had a little more difficulty with West Virginia on Friday night as the Mountaineers forced a 5th set, but the Red Raiders finished things quickly with a 15-11 final set, winning the match 3-2. Friday's victory not only secured Texas Tech's second sweep of the season, it also evened out the team's conference record at 7-7. The Red Raiders now prepare for their toughest matchup of the year as they welcome the Texas Longhorns to the United Supermarkets Arena for a 2-game matchup this weekend. Texas is currently ranked number 2 in the nation, and the Horns have only suffered 1 loss in Big 12 play. Texas Tech has already secured a winning season, but a sweep against Texas would give the team their first winning record in conference in 20 years. Game 1 of this weekend's final Big 12 matchup is set for Friday at 6 p.m., followed by a 7 p.m. start on Saturday. If you won't be in town to watch the team in person this weekend, you can catch all the action on Big 12 Now on ESPN+.
Speaking of winning records, the men's basketball team extended their season-opening streak to 4 this weekend as they headed south for the battle on the beach at South Padre Island. The Red Raiders met up with the Cardinals of the University of the Incarnate Word on Saturday afternoon at the SPI Convention Center. UIW kept things close in the 20 minutes of play, trailing by only 5 points at halftime. But after the break, Tech kicked into high gear and pulled away, extending the lead to 22 points and finishing with an 84-62 win. Redshirt junior Kevin McCullough led the team with 17 points on Saturday, followed by junior Terrence Shannon Jr. with 16. Shannon joined the team on the court for the first time this season after sitting out the first 3 games out of an abundance of caution to make sure he was eligible to play. Shannon had originally entered the NBA draft process over the summer, but decided to return to Tech this fall. Shannon is considered one of the key players for the Red Raiders, and his return was a welcome sight as the team continues their non-conference play. Next up, Tech returns home to the USA for a pre-Thanksgiving showdown against Omaha tomorrow at 7 p.m. The Red Raiders will then head back onto the home court on Saturday against Lamar at 3 p.m. for their last appearance here on campus until after finals. Both of this week's games will be available on Big 12 Now on ESPN+.
After a set of wins by Texas Tech volleyball and basketball, Red Raider football was hoping to score another victory at the Jones for their final home game of the 2021 season. Unfortunately, one of the toughest teams in the Big 12 kept Tech off the board and ended this year's home slate with another loss. On Saturday, the number 9 ranked Oklahoma State Cowboys came to town, with hopes of extending their current win streak and securing a spot in this year's Big 12 title game. Texas Tech was also riding high after the previous week's last-second victory against Iowa State. But even with the team's newfound momentum, the Cowboys' defense shut the Red Raiders down early, limiting the team to 31 total yards in the first half. To Tech's credit, the Red Raiders limited the Cowboys to only 13 points in the 2 quarters of play and only 2 touchdowns overall, but it just wasn't enough to overcome OSU's overpowering defense. The Cowboys went on to shut out the Red Raiders for the first time in 24 years and guaranteed themselves a place in the Big 12 championship in December. Texas Tech remains bowl eligible and still has one last chance to improve their current record with a win over Baylor this weekend in Waco. The matchup is the last game on both teams' schedules, but it will be another tough game for the Red Raiders. The Bears come into this week's showdown also ranked number 9 after knocking off Kansas State over the weekend. This Saturday's final regular season game is scheduled for 11 a.m. in McLean Stadium, and it will be televised on FS1. So Peri, did you know that Texas Tech has its own ice hockey team?
No, actually, I didn't.
Well, you're not alone, because in fact most people may be surprised to know that Lubbock did have an ice rink and a professional hockey team a little less than 15 years ago. But as MCTV's Hattie Robb tells us, Texas Tech hockey has found a way to compete beyond the hub city.
After the demolition of the Lubbock Municipal Coliseum in 2019, the Texas Tech hockey team found itself without a local ice rink. The team decided the show must go on and now travels to Amarillo's Ice Ranch for practices and home games. Tech's Brandon Camp said the team has dry land practices at the university's rec center since they can only make the drive to Amarillo about twice a month.
Practices are a struggle too. You got probably hour 40 minutes up here and an hour 40 back in the middle of the night, but everybody loves it. We're all a team and we enjoy doing it, so it makes it worth it.
Texas Tech assistant coach Bailey Robertori said the city of Amarillo has been a home away from home for the boys.
Amarillo's welcomed us with open arms, and so, until Lubbock gets a rink, we're Amarillo's team.
Despite the long journey to get here, several Texas Tech fans made the drive to support the Red Raiders.
It's been really fun. It's a lot more fun than football, honestly.
We have such loyal fans. I mean, for a team that doesn't have a rink, we have fans that meet us out in Dallas. We have fans that meet us in Gunnison when we play Western on the road. And, I mean, the fact that they're willing to drive, almost 2 hours or more on a Friday or Saturday night, I mean, it just means the world to us, to get that kind of support.
While hockey doesn't receive the most recognition from the university, the team is hopeful for the program's future.
I'm so proud of the guys. We are faced with so much adversity, and nobody complains. They just show up to work, and we're building something special here, I think, and I think the future is very bright. We've had more fans out here than we've had in a long time, and we're going to continue to advertise, continue to build this, and we're going to build a winning program. It's only a matter of time.
For MCTV, I'm Hattie Robb.
So Peri, do you have any big plans for this Thanksgiving break?
I'll probably be spending my time sleeping in and studying for finals. What about you?
I'm not going to be studying very much, but I will be sleeping a lot and sleeping off the turkey.
Oh, there you go.
And all the fixins. That's all for today's edition of the MCTV Weekday Update.
Thanks so much for joining us, and be sure to check ttuhub.net every day for more news. Have a great Thanksgiving holiday, and we'll see you back next week for the MCTV Fall Finale.